Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score is 66-40 at the half in San Francisco. Lakers versus Warriors. Final game of the preseason, the fifth one. This is awful. I'm not going to pull any punches. We are sitting all of our main players, basically, with the exception of maybe you consider Jackson Hayes the main guy. Other than that, it's all of the guys on the back of the bench. And we started Cam Reddish and Bronny. And Quincy got the start. Quincy's the only one really playing pretty well, man. He's had 4-7 from behind the arc. Really shooting the ball very well. Still making some mistakes here and there defensively, barreling into people, rookie mistakes. But Quincy Olivari is definitely showing all of us that he's the best of the third stringers. He is the best of the third stringers. Of all the people that we have on guaranteed contracts and guys we're carrying over with opt-ins and all that, he's the best one of them. So cutting him would be an abomination at this point. And I don't think the Lakers have. If you're watching this game, and then the Lakers go and Quincy Olivari, they have effectively cut the only person on the floor that played even remotely like an NBA basketball player. The rest of these players, they all look like they belong in China. All of them, like everyone. It's horrible. Bronny James hit a 3-point shot, then got a nice little floater, so he started getting a little more confident at the end of the quarter. Still saw some of the same mistakes, looking lost out there. He left some guys open in the corner. Real stuff that needs to be worked on. Jalen Hood-Schifino, I'm starting to think the lights are just a little too bright for him on this stage, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the mistakes he's making are like self-conscious mistakes. Thinking about himself, making mistakes instead of thinking about what he's doing type stuff. Kwame Brown type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of what I'm seeing from Jalen. He's just not. I don't think that he's comfortable in an NBA uniform. He probably should be in the G League for a little while, like till he gets to a point where he's really, really confident. What else, man? Cam Reddish is awful, man. I don't know what to say. Cam Reddish looks terrible. He looks like he's gotten significantly worse from last year. And there were times at the beginning of last season where I thought he looked like a really solid player, especially on the defensive end. He wasn't terrible last year. This year, what he's been showing me in this game, some of the worst basketball possible. Like, he's just horrific in this basketball game. It's bad, man. It's really bad. Jackson Hayes, he also looks terrible in this basketball game. All of his limitations seem to be a little more glaring in this preseason than last year. To me, it just seems like he fits less on this team than he did last year for some reason. I know he's done some good things. Yesterday, he had a pretty good game where he had 8 boards and really contributed to complementing connect with his length along with Traore. So I don't want to crap all over him, but tonight it's about as bad as I've ever seen Jackson Hayes look to me. He looks awful. So what else? Who else is out there? Max Lewis struggling. He don't look like an NBA player yet. He just don't. It's not deeper than that. He's just not looking that great himself. Traore looks pretty good, but not having a great game. A lot of that has to do with who's he's on the floor with and who they're going against. Golden State is a good defensive team. They're playing some of their starters. They got Draymond Green, Wiggins, Podziemski, Kuminga, Gary Payton. So our guys are going up against a really good defensive team, so that makes them look even worse. And the hustle, I think, is okay. I think we're seeing hustle out of guys. But I'm telling you, man, this is the type of game where you start wondering, how are we going to be able to get away with putting some of these guys on the floor if we have any injury issues? We don't want to be relying on any of these people, man. I'm just being honest with you. The only one that I think belongs out there is Quincy Olivari. He's the only one who's doing anything on the offensive end worth talking about. Everybody else, in my opinion, looks significantly worse than most NBA players look on a given night. How much that has to do with the defense, I don't know. But this is exposing just how bad the back of our bench actually is. So that's pretty much what I have to say. Don't want to dig into the stats. It's not worth talking about. No fast break points. Shooting terrible. The only good thing is we're shooting a little better from behind the arc than the Golden State Warriors, in the 30% range. They're in the 27% range. But other than that, this has been an exposure of just how much ineptitude we have on our team at this time. And Rob Pelinka is going to have to answer for that. If you cut Quincy Olivari, it just shows us that you're not serious. That's basically all this comes down to. He's the only one on the NBA floor tonight that looks like an actual NBA player. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.